Today we're going to look at the top 5 risk factors involving your knee and how you can use the resting squat as a tool to help you improve or even eliminate your knee pain. So stick around. Marius here from MariusVisserFitness.com. Whether you play sports or play with your kids in the park, on this channel is where I show you how to regain your health through movement, rehabilitation and fitness, helping you lead a better and pain-free life. As a biokineticist, I evaluate, assess, prescribe and treat almost all major conditions, including sports injuries, orthopedic conditions, chronic diseases and neurological disorders through exercise. So the reason why I chose the resting squat as the #1 pattern that we could relearn is the fact that I deal with a lot of people from all walks of life coming into my practice. And most of them cannot even get into the resting squat, let alone try. And then becomes obvious to me that this could be a place where most of our hip, knee and back problems could potentially start. And it's for this reason why I'm going to talk about the squat today and how it relates to our knee health. Okay, so before we get into that, first the science. What makes the resting squat so good for us? Let's look at the anatomy. The knee is a modified hinge joint. It is also a synovial joint consisting of 3 functional compartments. The patellofemoral articulation consisting of the patella or the kneecap and the groove on the front of the femur through which it slides. And also the medial and lateral tibiofemoral articulations linking the thigh bone, the femur, to the tibia, which is the main bone of the lower leg. Now, besides the fact that this knee has a very, very poor blood supply, it is bathed in synovial fluid, which is contained inside the synovial membrane called the joint capsule. Now, why is this important? Because during your day, you never really get enough fluid into those joints by sitting or even walking. You never really bend your knees into full flexion to get into that full membrane surface area. Because during movement, especially compression, the synovial fluid held in the membrane is squeezed out mechanically to maintain a fluid layer on the cartilage surface, so-called weeping lubrication. And the functions of the synovial fluid include reduction of friction, shock absorption, nutrient and waste transportation, which also helps remove microbes and debris which result from normal wear and tear in the knee. There is also evidence that it helps with synovial cell growth. So if this is what our knees are capable of naturally, what then are the real causes of our knee pain? So now I'm going to talk about the 5 risk factors involving degeneration and knee pain. Risk factor number 1, proper warm-ups and hydration. Not enough time and thought is spent on proper warm-ups and hydration, especially to our knees and cartilage. If you're a runner, especially that first run in the morning, could set you up for knee degeneration later in life. Think about it. You slept for most part with your legs straight, pretty much uncompressed and dehydrated. They're pretty much dried up by the time you go out the door. Proper compression and fluid stimulation should be the goals of your warm-ups. Risk factor number 2, poor mobility. Another reason for knee degeneration is poor mobility structures, especially in the ankles, hips and knees. Another reason why you should rest your squat. This is a perfect and natural way to open up all those tight structures, and because it is task or behavior orientated, your nervous system will adapt so much faster than just stretching. Risk factor number 3, previous injuries or surgery. If you had any previous injuries or surgery, you are still at risk for developing degeneration or knee pain in that knee joint. But for most surgeries, there shouldn't be any reason besides a little bit of stiffness in the joint for you to not start working on your squat, getting into that perfectly flat-footed position. The shear stress in your major ligaments, your ACL and your PCL, is minimized as soon as you break past that 90-degree angle. It's going to take some time and it's going to be a little bit uncomfortable, but it can be done. I have helped a lot of people, especially with knee surgeries, knee replacements, to get them down to that flat-footed squat. Some of them a little bit faster than others, but at the end of the day, you can improve your flat-footed squat no matter at what level you are at. Risk factor number 4, faulty biomechanics. As explained earlier, having stiffness or dysfunction in other areas of the body could result in stability issues in the knee. For example, imbalances in the ankles and hips due to poor posture, sedentary lifestyle, or a previous injury could result in faulty alignment and stability issues, resulting in compensatory behavior and ultimately pain and degeneration. This is something that I would like to address in future videos and go into it a little bit into more detail. So hit that like button, hit that subscribe button so you can get some more of these videos, and hopefully they can help you. Also, if you've got any suggestions, just leave them in the box below. And then finally, risk factor number 5, old age and osteoarthritis. Osteoarthritis is believed to be caused by mechanical stress and low-grade inflammatory processes. All 4 risk factors above could lead to degeneration of the knee joint, ultimately leading to osteoarthritis. It is no longer just for the elderly. So what's the solution? What is that one thing that we can do today, starting right now, that's going to help our knees? And that is the squat. So back to the resting squat, guys. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to try and get into our squat position. And for some of you, it might be a little bit uncomfortable. Some of you, it might even be a bit painful. But you have to trust the process. Your body is an organism, and it will adapt to whatever you do or don't do. You'll find this out the hard way. So just looking at the squat now, you really do need to get into that full flex position. We call it triple flexion of the ankle, knee, and the hip. This is putting your knees, ankles, and hips into its full range of motion. This is also, as you will find out in later videos, is where we want to strengthen your joints, is in its full range of motion right through. So, but to get there, first we need to get into that position. And this is the position that you're going to be resting in, and this is going to become a little bit more comfortable as time passes on. If you're just starting off your squats, use my progressions where you either start with a wall or you start with a small step where you work your way down onto a full flatted squat, knees out. Keep doing this for at least 3 to 5 minutes a day up until you build your squat up to about 20 minutes per day. And try and do this every day. This is really going to put so much mobility into your joints as well as lubricate those knees. If you've been following some of my other videos, you will find out that everything in my process starts off with a squat. This is how we learn a squat as babies. This is part of our progression, our natural progression that nature teaches us how to walk. We first start off into complete mobility because nature favors mobility before stability. So this is also the process that you learn a squat is from the bottom up, not from the top down. It's not a top down process, it is a bottom up process. All right, that's it, guys. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the notification button, and also leave a comment below if you have any videos that you want to see in future that I can help you with. Just leave a comment below and I'll address that as soon as possible. Thank you for watching.